Trying to figure out who she's talking about.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking
You're
of which,
fired. Get it out.
I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
Idiot. Sit down. Shut up.
I've seen that before.
You have, yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take.
Oh,
Back in the
damn.
day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to, I forget where. And having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that, on account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him, forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
No.
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
Aww.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
already have.
Aww. Thanks for being a real one, Otto. Sid's goblet, displayed in Clive's chambers. According to Otto, Sid never once washed his goblet. Despite using it every day for both wine and small beer. Won't have it said that I'm a poor host, Sid. Feels. Otto and Sid having the being bros. Right. Go turn in the rest of this stuff then.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Speak with Otto. Been playing an hour just doing side quests and it hasn't even felt like that long.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
Need you to get elder antelope bones, lady. You have my boy Torgal going hungry.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after, I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
Elder antelope gamer.
You can, aye. I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
Keep the camera off. It's just like before where I'm hopping into a whole bunch of side quest related scenes and stuff, so I'm just gonna keep the camera off for now until I'm done with all of the stuff at the hideaway. Going out on my next mission.
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
Thanks to
We were
you.
indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah, but that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought, but one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power.
Oh shit.
Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
Damn. Torgal could be getting the iconic blessings of like Phoenix and Val's Fang. Slightly increased Torgal's attack potency. Even a legendary king surrounded by the realm's greatest knights and blessed by the very heavens would have found himself hard pressed to unite the warring tribes of ancient Valisthea. Fortunately, he had the help of his fine and trusty hound, Caval. That increases Torgal's attack potency. Nice. So he has potentially Ifrit, the Phoenix, Shiva, and Rama's iconic abilities empowering him. That's fucking insane. Like the strongest, most blessed being on fucking Valisthea outside of Clive.
Sorry for the wait, but hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword then?
I did better than that.
Sundered whetstone, a slab of rock quarried on the southern continent. Unparalleled hardness makes it perfect for sharpening blades forged from all manners of metals, from bronze to adamantite.
A whetstone? Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
You have to rub it 1,000 times with your blade. Finely folded Nippon steel.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel.
Stupid gaijin.
One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the curse breakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade that rattled me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthean steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make something much better.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be delighted. Just don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me, sunshine. I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one, August too. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
He'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
All right. I will.
Bring somebody on Discord. Excalibur design draft. Meteorite. Diagram detailing the steps to forge a sword to rival that of a legendary key. Necessary for crafting the sword Excalibur. Oh man. Excalibur recipe. Let's see that.
What do you need?
Ask about
Same
Hugo.
for you, dear.
No, Forge. Scarletite, Bomb Ember, Malkinhide, and Warite. 18 more attack, 33 more stagger. Excalibur. Though modern day plays such as the adventures of Sir Crandall have taken to embellishing the tale considerably, historians do agree that long ago the nations of Valisthea were, for a short time, united under a single king and his band of loyal knights. Whether or not he was indeed crowned upon drawing a sword from a stone is still a matter up for debate. Oh. Got the Knights of the Round Table in this game.
If I do say so myself.
Knights of the Round. Horus. Diamond armlet +2 are still better in terms of hit points, but they're not better in terms of defense. It's only 1 hit point increase for a 3 defense drop. These aren't worth it. Silken Sash. You can't make the damn Excalibur any better.
And
Look at the Excalibur. I am wearing it, right? Excalibur. Doesn't look as cool as like Invictus or anything, but I don't know. Apparently it's a holy sword drawn from the stone, so who am I to say? Glorious Nippon steel. Folded over 1,000 times. Not through anything. Filthy guys, you can go home. Wayne, give me that concoction
there,
and
Sid?
booster.
How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
Ash.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Olympic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then. Let's get this contraption up and running.
Man, I wonder what the best weapon in the game that uses the Orichalcum is then, if Excalibur, of all things, is just like a middle-of-the-road side quest reward.
There we have it.
Ooh.
The Telemon Malembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that.
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest lever Supple as anything.
Supple. you
Thought we
said.
might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well, it can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo.
Be a mo.
Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Thanks, man. Weird science. Oh, 40 renown. I'm getting real close to 815. And a level up. Treated potion satchel. Necessary for increasing consumable inventory capacity. Where the same exotic compound that this was applied, that was applied to the leather of this satchel be kneaded into a pair of boots. They would surely become supple enough to accommodate a man with 20 toes. Wow. Wow. Black blood. Inventory increase. Nice. You have obtained a treated potion satchel, hereby increasing your capacity for carrying consumables. Item slot increases are as follows. Potions from 4 to 6, high potions 3 to 4, strength tonic 2 to 3, and stone skin tonic 2 to 3. Oh, yeah. Let's go see Karen, and let's go get these renown rewards, and then we'll be finally ready to start the next sequence of the main quest. Story. I'm ready to see what happens next and where we go from here. To see if we make this badass boat finally.
How may I help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts?
I'm, what, 80 away from the next renown tier?
There you
850? High Cleric's Medallion. The goddess Grieger teaches us that to walk with the wretched is an act of greater good. We are to accept this truth, and one cannot rightfully call he who follows his path an outlaw. Humble servant.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
Here and icons. High Cleric's Medallion. Increases healing potency of high potions by 25%. Remote locations where trained physicers cannot be found, the duties of curing the injured of their ails all fall to the men and women of the local churches. Light crystal medallions such as these assist the clergy in their healing prayers. Alright. Go stock up at Karen's, and then we are going to
told
get
me she was building a ship.
going and talking to Otto and see what happens next. Got an increased potion satchel. Got the goddamn Excalibur on our back. Things are looking good for the for Clive.
Well, don't just stand there gawping.
Enhancer. Spell. All the skill bugs.
I reckon I can find a buyer. I'm
Black
thankful you
bugs.
got that much.
Goblin.
You got out else? Is that all?
I never bought my potions.
And what can I do for
Potion. Ew.
You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that.
And another strength tonic.
It'd better all be here. Finished, are you?
Alright, Otto. Time. See if we can finish making the Enterprise.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
This thing in the sunlight. It is kind of a cool little sword, but there's some cooler designs in the game, I think, like Invictus. I guess it is a holy weapon, though. It does look pretty badass.